Welcome everyone to another edition of the Cerebral Smack Talk live on YouTube.com. It is good old MF Michael Fletcher as always, alongside Anthony Floyo and Edie Woodson. We are awaiting Michael Bullock. He should be. Hopefully, he's coming in tonight. I don't know. A lot of the times, you never know with his schedule on Tuesday nights. It's always touch and go. However, what we are going to do is get right into it. Smackdown live tonight from the Huntington Center in Toledo, Ohio. And it was on the USA Network as always. And boy, did we started out with a interesting development. Daniel Bryan hanging out, relaxing, getting ready for the show. Miz walks in, calling Toledo a dump, complaining about his dressing room, saying how he refused to clear the locker room. The other superstars refused to leave the locker room for him and his first lady of WWE, Maryse. Claims that he pays their salaries with his success. So Dana Bryan's like, all right, if you wanna, I could give you your own locker room. This room is actually a pretty good. I could give you a stall if you wanted to. Miz wasn't having it, so he's like, you know what? All right, I want an opportunity for the Intercontinental title right here tonight. So Daniel Bryan's like, all right, I'll do it. I'll do it. You know what? You got it. I'll give you the shot. Miz was surprised, and then he asked for a no DQ match. Well, that's when unfortunately, if you're the Miz, you kind of pushed one step too further than you're supposed to. So the Miz basically doesn't get that request, and Daniel Bryan in turn makes it a Lumberjack match for the Intercontinental Championship. We'll get into that later tonight because that is a segment that's just to whet our appetite for the show. What we did start it with Luke Harper one-on-one with Randy Orton, the winner of the bout at 12 minutes and 33 seconds was Randy Orton. And then after the fight, Bray Wyatt, who was at ringside, delivers Sister Abigail to Luke Harper. Whoa. All right. You know what? I'm going to say it. Good match. Solid fight. Second best fight of the night for me. Just my thoughts alone. And I thought this was a good match. I really liked it. I loved how the interaction of both guys come out strong heading into the Royal Rumble. Also, Bray Wyatt comes out really strong, showing the factor that maybe there is some underlying tension of the Wyatt family. Was this tough love, or was this just him punishing Harper because he was the loser of the fight? Happens there. Plus, remember, it is every person for themselves in the Royal Rumble on Sunday night. I thought they definitely paid this off. This was definitely very strong. I loved everything about it. Anthony Floyo, my friend, jump in. What says you?
All right. Thank you very much, Reed and F. Hello, friends, and welcome to the Cerebral Smack Talk here. I do apologize. I was having a hard time finding it. I guess Google Plus is newly updated, and I couldn't find the Hangout. I was trying desperately to find it, and that's why we had the late start. And I do apologize for that. So that one's on me. So, but then again, it's those folks who updated the Google Plus, making it hard for me to find. So, all right. Now that I got that out of the way, I agree. Second best fight of the night for me. I'm going to give it a solid 3 stars. I liked the show opening without an extended monologue. The match was fun, and I thought Harper looked good in defeat. I don't know exactly what this means for him yet, but we won't have to wait long to find out with the Royal Rumble on Sunday night. I hope it means a chance at a singles run. So that's really all I can say on that. And yeah, good way to start it off. And just like last week, we have a Smackdown Live that's bookended by a great opening match and an equally great, if not better, main event. So good way to start it off. So I'm going to give it a solid 3 stars for the effort. second best fight of the night. So that's all I can say about it. So, Phenom, Michael Bullock, let's bring you on in. We had a SmackDown live chat tonight, a rare SmackDown live chat, and we actually had some fun with this fight, did we not?
Yeah, we actually did have some fun with this fight. I'm gonna give it 2.5 to 3 stars as well. I mean, I thought it was a nice way to set the tone for tonight's edition of SmackDown Live, and yeah, I mean, I think this pretty much is the end for Luke Harper as the member of the Wyatt family. And of course, let's not forget, Bray Wyatt, Randy Orton, and Luke Harper are in the Royal Rumble match. Why do I get this feeling that Luke Harper is somehow going to cost Bray Wyatt a chance to be in the main event of WrestleMania? I just get this feeling, especially after the events we saw tonight. But all in all, I thought this was a great way to start off this edition of SmackDown Live. So 2.5 to 3 stars. So Dee Woodson, come on in, jump in. What were your thoughts on this match? Dee Woodson?
I'm here.
Oh, all right. For a moment, I thought we lost you there for a minute.
I stepped away for a moment, and I just came back to check to see who was talking. So,
oh, that's all right.
So we're on Orton and Harper.
Orton and Luke Harper.
Would you all rate it?
Well, I gave it 2.5 to 3 stars, and what did you rate it, Florio?
I gave it a solid 3 stars for the effort.
Yeah, that sounds about right. 3 stars for the effort. It's a very interesting match, especially at the end where Bray ended up doing Sister Abigail on Harper at the end and then walking out with Orton. So it makes you kind of wonder where the family lies and what they have in store next for the family besides being in the Royal Rumble. So this will be a very interesting storyline as it progresses. So I'm not going to say too much more than that. So let's move on.
All right, guys, and we're just going to dive right into the next part of the show. And it was Renee Young cutting with the returning Mickie James. She makes her return, first time back in WWE, and boy, does she drop a scathing promo, basically bashing on the women's revolution, talking about how her legacy hurt them, which is true, granted. And then Becky Lynch comes out. We knew this was going to happen. It looked like a brawl was going to break out. No. Mickie had an ace up her sleeve. The WWE SmackDown Women's Champion, Alexa Bliss. A beatdown ensues, a 2-on-1 beatdown. Anthony Florio, I should say. You lead off, my friend.
Second best segment of the night here. Solid return promo from Mickie, somewhat marred by obnoxious wet chants that threw her off a bit at points. It's to her credit that she was able to power through it and deliver a convincing heel promo in character. I like Becky walking into a buzzsaw here because it's a pretty valid criticism of her character that she never sees this stuff coming. It's a chance for her to grow, and that's what you need to be a successful babyface. So there's no question about it. We're definitely going to get something with Becky Lynch and Mickie James down the road. And I don't know when we're going to get the singles fight, but we definitely had some major storyline progression in the women's division tonight, and it actually leads into a match at the Royal Rumble, which MF will set the table for when the time is right, because I don't want to steal his thunder. So that's all I can say on that. It was a very good segment. Welcome back, Mickie James. And I swore when when you had Mickie James and Becky Lynch in the same ring at the same time, Bullock and I could hear MF gurring from a mile away because of the love affair he's got for these two beautiful angels, if I do say
Yeah,
so.
I can only imagine what was going through Mike Fletcher's mind to see those two in the same ring.
Well, we'll get to hear what we'll get to hear what our esteemed host has to say in just a little bit when we get to him. So I can't wait to hear what he has to say about it, considering these are his two current favorites. So, oh boy. So, but I swear I could hear him gurring from a mile away. I swear, and even Bullock could too. So that's all I can say on that. Second best segment of the night. Very good segment here. If it wasn't for the other in-ring segment that was awesome as usual, this would have been the segment of the night. But I can only give it second best segment of the night, even though it was amazing. So well done by all. So with that being said, Michael Bullock, yet another segment we had fun with on this show tonight.
Yeah, I mean, what can you say? This was a really good promo here. Second best segment of the night. And like you said, Fletch, this was a scathing promo. And she basically said, you know what? I beat Trish Stratus for my first women's title at WrestleMania. And of course, I'm also a 5-time women's champion and a former Divas champion. And she said Becky Lynch and the other women of the Revolution think they are the end-all, be-all. They almost got away with trying to ruin her legacy if it wasn't for Alexa Bliss. And she's like, Bliss has been fighting against the Revolution, but always remember James and her accomplishments. She says she respects Bliss and is her because of her. Lynch likes to brag about being part of the Revolution. And it's like, forget about that. This is about the reinvention of Mickie James. And as soon as the music hit, you knew Lynch was coming to get a piece of Mickie James. But at the end, it ended up being a trap. Alexa Bliss was there, and then it was basically a double team. And after the beatdown, James says, you know what, Becky? You should have learned your lesson. We're always one step ahead of you. But man, oh man, what a promo here. I mean, second best segment of the night. Everybody played their parts out well, and welcome back, Mickie James. So with that being said, Dee Dee Woodson, what was your thoughts on Mickie James, and then of course the double team by her, Alexa Bliss, on Becky Lynch?
It was a very good interview, and it definitely deserves the second best segment of the night. Personal feelings, I would say, Alexa's is kind of a chicken to have to bring someone of Mickey's caliber in to help her fight her battles. But professionally, it's a good storyline progression, and good to see them finding a little area to bring Mickie back in, and her even bringing up winning the title off of Trish Stratus, and it kind of if you want to sit here and reminisce, you can kind of remember back on the days where Mickie James was the crazy one. Well, that she's kind of reliving that role, but in a different way now, where she's still the crazy one, but she's attached herself to the women's champion. So we'll just have to kind of see how this plays out and everything, especially with with something that was announced a little bit later on in the show. So, like I said, second best segment of the night. So, Fletch, it's yours.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This was a very good segment. I really enjoyed everything that was included in this here. It was solid. It was solid. It was strong. Mickie comes back with some fire of her own, and that is powerful enough for me. That had me basically Mickie James. She has not lost a step. And you know what? I gotta say, man, the fans in Toledo, man, so disrespectful, man, with that stupid what chant. Can't you show respect to some of the greatest in WWE instead of doing what? I mean, come on. If you didn't like the segment, all right, fine. You don't like the segment. But this is Mickie bleeping James, man. I mean, multi-time WWE Divas champion, one of the very few that actually has even been. I believe she also is a multi-time TNA Knockouts champion, and I don't get it. It really disgusted me that segment all the way around more than anything else. But I also love the fact with Becky Lynch showing that, hey, right, fine, but I want a piece of you. I'm gonna come after you. And they brawled for a little bit, man. There was a cat fight going on. But then she goes out, she tries to chase, and that's when the woman he loves to have a divorce with, Alexa Bliss, showed up, and man, did she lower the boom on her. A nice kick right to the right into the chest area, drops her, and oh man, beat down city. We'll wait and see what happens there, but I mean, it was what it was. Now we go on to do the next part of the show, which was basically a 10-man battle royale, and the winner of this fight actually will be a part of the Royal Rumble match on Sunday night. When it was all said and done, the winner of the bout in unofficially 4 minutes and 22 seconds, and now a part of the 30-man over-the-top rope Royal Rumble match. Let's get hyped. It was Mojo Rawley. Mojo Rawley wins it. Michael Bullock, you lead off.
Yeah, this match was I mean, this battle royal was a little short, but wow, I mean, Mojo Rawley, I mean, congratulations to him. I mean, he gets to be in the Royal Rumble match. I mean, what an opportunity for him. So, yeah, I mean, there's really nothing more I could say about it. So, I'm just going to toss it to Dee Dee Woodson.
I thought it was a fairly good match. I mean, it was interesting to see all the tag teams, you know, kind of going out there and having to kind of, you know, fight on their own instead of in a tag team type situation. And, you know, they deserve to have one of them end up in the Royal Rumble. And, you know, congratulations to Mojo. He managed to survive them all, and you know that. What else can you say about it? I mean, it was just, you know, it was a fairly good match. So I'm going to give it a, you know, about 2.25, 2.5 stars. So, Florio, it's yours.
No, Dee Dee Woodson, I'm sorry. I think you overscored it just a bit, with all due respect. 1 star for me. Felt like a house show match, if I'm being real honest with you. You didn't have any real star power in this match. You basically had, you know, the jobbers in there, you know, the tag teamers in there. And, you know, Mojo winning, I'm fine with that. I mean, he is on his own now because, you know, his partner, Zack Ryder, is out with a severe injury. But, yeah, this was not good. I mean, like I said, it felt like a house show fight. And if I'm going to be real honest with you, this to me was the worst fight of the night. So, congratulations, Mojo Rawley. He's in the Royal Rumble. Good for him. Of course, we all know he's not going to win it. So that's all I can say on that. So they needed to get another name in there. We're now up to 22. We got 8 spots left. So well done. Gives him a chance to shine here. Hopefully he'll get a chance. But I don't see him lasting all that long. Maybe he'll get an elimination or 2. I don't know, but that's all I can say. So for me, 1 star, worst fight of the night. Felt like a house show fight. nothing left for me to say except MF. Your thoughts?
Yeah, no doubt about it. It was a little bit of a house show fight. It was just one of those matches that we just had to see to believe. But Mojo deserved the spot in the Royal Rumble. I mean, you know, a lot of mid-card guys will get that opportunity. At least he'll get to show up in the Rumble. I don't think you're going to see much about him. He'll probably be like early to mid-draw. Is my prediction. If you try to put like the number range, I don't think you're going to see him that long. You know, there at the end. I don't know. We'll wait and see what happens there. But I'm happy with the outcome. I'm happy with how this played out. Nothing more to say about that. So let's move on to, well, all right. We're going to have a lot of fun with this. AJ Styles calls out John Cena. Here we go again. Okay. Edie Woodson, it's yours, my dear. You lead off. I'm guessing this was the segment of the night in your eyes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. You know, I like both of these guys, and, you know, just watching them banter each other. I mean, it's just, you know, it's just amazing to see them actually, you know, have words against each other. But, you know, Styles based most of his argument here on the poster and the placement of the stars on the poster, you know, with respects to where he was and where John Cena was, and you know, and tried to blame that on Cena, who of course has nothing to do with how they do the posters and all that kind of stuff. Then calls him out and starts griping about Cena's appearance on the Today Show, and, you know, them saying that he was just a guy from Atlanta, and, you know, all this stuff. And of course the fans are chanting "Soccer Mom" in the background, and you know, he's just hyping up the fact that he's unbeatable, he's unstoppable champion, that has been holding down SmackDown while Cena was gone, saying Cena or Styles took Cena's place, and all this kind of stuff. That Cena, he's not the man of SmackDown anymore, that Styles is now, and all this kind of stuff. Well, it comes down to him also calling Cena a sorry excuse for a wrestler, and also makes fun of the new shirt that John has out. Well, John turned around and went, in my opinion, kind of old school here, getting to see a little bit of what he was back when he was, you know, the you know, like the promos he did with The Rock and stuff like that. He kind of brought that kind of Cena back in here, and talking about respect, talking about the talk shows and all the other stuff he's done, and that, you know, John has the 10-year of WWE behind him, where, you know, Styles went through all the indie stuff, and that Cena was born to work for WWE and not go through the indies and all that kind of stuff. He said that he's letting Styles hold the championship, and Styles is just like everyone else, hating on him, but trying his best to beat him. So on Sunday, Styles will learn that Cena is the bad man and that his time is now. So, you know, it was a very good and powerful segment. You know, they brought their A game to the table here, and, you know, when Cena walked out, you know, Styles was actually speechless this time. So, Definitely the segment of the night, and I mean, not much more I'm going to say about it. So, Florio, what's your?
Actually, I lead off here, Dee Dee. But I'll say this, yeah, without a doubt, segment of the night, and they delivered, man. I mean, there was nothing bad about this at all. Cena with the passion, the fire that we all loved him. AJ with the passion and the fire. And if you really think about it, during the Today Show, they kind of was really a little bit of that Super Bowl flair. You know, Cena being the New England guy from Boston, Massachusetts, AJ Styles from Gainesville, Georgia, but they were saying, oh, this guy from Atlanta. Well, first off, he's Gainesville, Georgia. That is Atlanta Falcon territory down south. So, I mean, it's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be really good to watch. And one thing is for sure, it is going to be a one heck of an event this Sunday night at the Royal Rumble, title on the line, and you can feel it. It is got impersonal. It's gotten serious. How's it going to play out? Is AJ Styles going to be the champ that runs the camp and still being the WWE champion? Or will history be made one more time? Will John Cena do something that no wrestler has ever thought that was even conceivable? Tie the all-time record of the Nature Boy's Ric Flair and become a 16-time champion? We'll find out Sunday night. Until then, Anthony Florio, it is all yours.
No doubt about it. This was the segment of the night, hands down. Anytime AJ Styles and John Cena are in the same ring together, it's money, it's gold, it's ratings. And anytime you get them together, all you got to do is say, we got something with AJ Styles and John Cena. Bada boom, you got butts in the seats and you got eyes on the screens. That's all that matters to me. That's all that matters to, I should say, that's all that matters to WWE. That thing on the Today Show, I gotta be honest, that kind of rubbed me the wrong way a little bit, if I'm gonna be real honest with you. Oh, I mean, that's the only little gripe I have. Other than that, this was again spot on. I mean, they went there, they did the whole thing, and I gotta say Cena won that one. I gotta say Cena won that round. I mean, he won that one, but both did a great job in their roles, and it was effective in making people anticipate their match Sunday even more. I'm one of them, hands down on that. Cena had much better material there, and that's all I can say on that. That was just another fun segment, and well, we're just gonna have to wait and see. Is it gonna happen at the Rumble? Could they say, or could they save it for the Chamber? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Because remember, Elimination Chamber is exclusive to SmackDown Live on February 12th in Phoenix, Arizona. So that's all I can say on that. But they delivered again. You guys said pretty much everything there is to say on that. So as if we couldn't get any more excited for this WWE Championship match at the Royal Rumble. Oh yeah, we just did another 5-star segment. And was it just me, or Bullock mentioned this to me during our SmackDown live chat tonight. He said it to me. Was it just me, or did we see the John Cena of old? Did we see the Doctor of Thugonomics, John Cena? I think we kind of did. And you know what? Good. I loved it. Bring that character back. I know it's PG and all, but bring that character. Find a PG way to bring it back. Because if you do that, he'll be endeared to the fans again. The reason why, why they hate the guy so much, because they think he's boring and, yada, yada, and all that. You bring back the Doctor of Thugonomics, Cena, that'll get those in the IWC back on his side again. Just saying. Segment of the night. What else is there to say? Royal Rumble, call the sheriff. They're going to steal the show. MF. Let's just move on.
Actually, Michael Bullock, jump on in.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
Yep, I bought your route. Sorry.
That's all right.
I'm just so excited about the match.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, this was the segment of the night, hands down. I mean, it's just money when it comes to these two. I mean, the back and forth verbal jab between them, it's just spot on. So there's really nothing more to say. I mean, I'm just so excited about the match too. So let's just move on.
I cannot believe I'm about to do this, but this is very rare for SmackDown Live. You normally get this a lot on Monday Night Raw, but guys, I'm gonna call it. We got a cutout on this show. Dolph Ziggler went one-on-one with Kalisto. The fight ended in a mere 25 seconds. Ziggler wins the bout. I'm saving you guys everything. Worst fight of the night. No, I can't believe I'm saying this, but it is. It was that bad. It looked like Ziggler was gonna try to commit more of an assault on Kalisto. He grabbed a chair. JBL started getting into it with Ziggler. Well, Apollo Crews showed up and basically attacked he attacked Ziggler. So who knows what's gonna happen? But it looks like Apollo Crews has made his tensions very known. He is going after Dolph Ziggler, and who knows how that's gonna play out. So we're just gonna move on. Next thing we got was a match between Natalya and the returning Naomi, where she made her return on WWE television. It happened because Nikki Bella and Natalya, let's just say they went a little California swinging and threw down in the back. Well, okay, rewind to earlier in the evening. Nikki Bella was getting an interview. Natalya was barking up the wrong tree again, and this time Nikki got thrown into the production truck. Get out. Well, right before our very eyes, here we go again. These two Hellcats, it must be like Dee Dee Woodson's cats. They just can't get along. They started brawling again. So unfortunately, no fight. Naomi's like, I waited 3 months to get back on TV. Somebody come out. Let's fight. Let's brawl. Let's go at it. Somebody showed up all right, and a person I didn't even think was going to show up. The WWE SmackDown Women's Champion, Twisted Bliss herself showed up. So she's like, I'm not quantifying you for anything. You're not even worthy of an opportunity. You're a nobody. Nobody's seen you in 3 months. You're an afterthought. I'm the queen of the division. Let's do this. Put your money where your mouth is. Hell, I'll take that belt off you right here, right now. Let's do it. So, it looked like we want to do it. No, she throws herself out of the ring and she walks out. Basically, sorry, Naomi, you're not going to get a fight tonight. You will get a fight. Royal Rumble just announced, guys. Yes, it's going to happen. It is going to be a 6-woman tag team match on the Royal Rumble event. Becky Lynch, Naomi, and Nikki Bella versus Natalya, Mickie James, and the WWE SmackDown Women's Champion, Alexa Bliss. So, with that said, we go right into the main event of the evening, the Lumberjack match for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. It was Dean Ambrose versus The Miz, the winner of the bout, and still the Intercontinental Champion, Ambrose. Fight of the night, 3.5 stars. This was a incredible main event. I love the way that they did it, the way that it played out on the way that it played out. Major brawl at the end. However, it did not affect the ending of the match. Normally, when a big brawl breaks out, they normally throw the fight out, call for a DQ, and that would be it. No, this referee stuck to his guns. He let the fight continue. We actually got a winner in this. Kudos to WWE for thinking outside the box, doing something so differently than they would normally have done on a regular. Normally, when you normally see a lumberjack match, you know sometimes the fight's thrown at the end. Good job to them for not with a BS finish, letting these guys go, ending it the right way with a clear and decisive winner like Dean Ambrose. Well done. 3.5 stars. Fight of the night. Florio, it's yours.
100% agree, MF. That was the fight of the night. Absolutely spot on. 3.5 stars. A good 14, 15-minute bout. I mean, the first Lumberjack match that I remember seeing since Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins had that wild and crazy Lumberjack match back at SummerSlam 2014. I mean, which we all agreed was the show stealer that night. And, yeah, I mean, we got that obligatory, let's get all the guys in the ring and let's have them all brawl. And two spots that really stood out to me during this match. First off, Dean Ambrose with the Tope Suicida on The Miz, and which catapulted him onto the announce table, which I thought was awesome. Morrow, well done on the commentary, sir. Love it when you do Tope Suicida. Bullock knows. And on top of that, how about when Dean Ambrose was on the top rope and did his little elbow drop and crashed through it and knocked everybody down. MF sounds like a club sandwich spot, right? Club sandwich, hold the mayo. They all went down on that one. And I know you would have chimed in with a, you got that right. And then, but of course, when Dean Ambrose did the dive off onto everybody, I, of course, had you yelling out, look at this, in vintage MF fashion. So, but yeah, those were the two spots that stood out. Outcome was never in doubt. I had Ambrose winning all the way. But boy, howdy, what a match it was. I liked the Lumberjack feel. And, hey, that about 2.5-year wait was worth it. I mean, last like I said, last time I remember seeing it, Ambrose and Rollins, SummerSlam 2014. They stole the show that night, and they steal the show with this one here on Smackdown Live. Second week in a row, we get bookended by a very good opening match and an even better main event. So, well done. So, now it's on to the Rumble. So, what else is there to say on that? And some would call it a formulaic close to the show, given that it's Royal Rumble week. Lumberjack stipulation gave away the big show closing brawl. And who knows? They could be setting up a future program with Dean Ambrose and Baron Corbin, as they focused on that several times during the bout, if you noticed that. So that's really all I can say on that. So 14 minutes, 15 seconds, the time of the fall. So nothing left to say. 3.5 stars, fight of the night. Well done. So nothing left to say here except Michael Bullock. We had some fun with this, did we not? We got a Tope Suicida during the match.
Oh, yes, we certainly did have. Yeah, so fight of the night, 3.5 stars. And I agree with Fletch. I'm glad that we had had a clean finish. And because you said normally when things like this happen, they just throw the match away. But I'm glad WWE was smart about this. And yeah, great job by everybody. And yeah, so there's really nothing more to say except fight of the night, 3.5 stars. D.D. Woodson, I give it to you.
I agree. Fight of the night, 3.5 stars. So I'm not going to say too much more on it. So let's move on.
It is time for the overall review of the evening. Anthony Florio, you lead off.
All right. Overall, this show clicked in a couple of places and missed in some others. I liked the opening match and the work of Alexa Bliss, Mickie James, and Becky Lynch. But the segments with Nikki Bella, Carmella, and James Ellsworth didn't quite make par. The Battle Royal had so little star power that you wondered why they just didn't have it on a house show. John Cena and AJ Styles are far and away the best thing about the show, but you can feel the pendulum swinging away from Styles as we get closer to WrestleMania season, and Vince gets nervous about new stars being able to carry the show. I hope I'm wrong, but this feels like it could be one more year of part-time stars getting the biggest paydays of the year. It's very possible on that. So only time will tell, but if I had to make some recommendations, recommend the main event. I recommend the opening match, the segment with Cena and Styles, the segment with the Mickie James, and all that went down during that. Heck, I'll even give you the Naomi segment if I wanted to. But that's all I can recommend. I cannot in good conscience recommend anything else. A little bit of a step back for me this time around. I'm going to give it 7 to 7.5 out of 10 for me. Another great edition of SmackDown Live, another very good show, storyline progression. But to me, the storyline progression really clicked in the women's division. We got 3 separate feuds on the women's side. You still got Nikki and Natalya. It looks like Alexa Bliss has her next possible challenger for the women's championship in Naomi. And then Becky Lynch and Mickie James. Good luck trying to pick a winner, MF. Yeah, seriously, good luck. That's all I can say. You're going to need it. So, those are your 2 favorites. But, yeah, definitely some newsworthiness coming out of it. Mojo Rawley qualifying for the Rumble match, and the women getting a big chance to shine here. And based with that 6-woman tag, I think the possibility of that SmackDown Women's Elimination Chamber has definitely come full circle. That's all I can say on that. So that's all I can say on that. 7.5 out of 10. Another good show, but if I'm going to be real honest, I think Monday Night Raw was just a smidgen better. Just a smidgen. So with that being said, Michael Bullock, your thoughts on this final SmackDown Live before the Royal Rumble?
I agree. 7 to 7.5 out of 10 is my rating. I agree. I mean, the things that really stood out to me was the match between Randy Orton and Luke Harper, the Intercontinental title Lumberjack match, the segments with of course with Mickie James, and of course that unbelievable segment with John Cena and AJ Styles. I mean, those matches were good. I mean all those things were good. Everything else was pretty much was left to be desired. So 7 to 7.5 out of 10. And I do agree. I think Raw was just a smidget better. It was just a smidget better than SmackDown Live. So nothing else to say. Dee Woodson, what says you?
Yeah, I would agree with that. 7.5 stars. And Raw definitely won this week, but like I said, it's a matter of whether or not they can keep it up to retain the top spot out of the 2 shows. I don't have a whole lot bad to say about the show, other than they just kind of had the 2 really. I don't even think you want to call and call either one of them really matches, but I guess you could call the Ziggler one a match, but it was too fast, and really there wasn't much there to even talk about. And the other one that wasn't even a match, it turned into a segment, so not much more I can say about it. So see you all next week. Good night, guys.
All right. And for me, 7 out of 10, no doubt about it. I thought this was a very good show. It had its moments. It had its ups. It had its downs. Raw, same way. Raw had a really showing, especially the ending was really the reason why I think they won the week. But But SmackDown was consistent for the most part. It's just, at the end of the night, what was left remembered. So it's on to the Royal Rumble. We'll get into that on Friday night. But now it's time that we get into another part of the show, the Mikey's Mindset, guys. And yes, guys, tonight we did have some Mikey's Mindset stuff because we were talking. We got some Ring of Honor stuff. It's going to be very quick, not much this week. What we did have, or on this episode, actually had, let's see if it comes up. Okay. So, we had a couple of matches. We had the Tempura Boys, and they went up against Leon St. Giovanni, Shamir Ali, and Cheeseburger, and Will Ferrara. This is actually a 3-team tag team fight. The Tempura Boys wins that match. Then we had Marty Scurll go up against Juice Robinson. Now, for all you guys, that's CJ Parker from your WWE fame, and he was the one that actually fought Cody Rhodes at Wrestle Kingdom 11, and this was for the Ring of Honor title. The winner was Marty Scurll. He moves on. And in the main event for this evening, for the main event of the show, it was Jay Briscoe going one-on-one with Jay Lethal, the winner of the bout, and advancing to the finals of the Decade of Honor tournament, and is going to fight the Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels, in the final match. Jay Briscoe, he wins it for, like I said, for the Ring of Honor. But, oh, no. It's not. I was holding out. There is one more thing I need to talk about. Okay. On WrestleMania weekend is this big event called Super Card of Honor. And in that main event, guys, we are talking a fight of epic proportions. For the Ring of Honor World Tag Team titles, Matt Jackson and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks, are going to put the titles on the line against TNA's World Tag Team Champions, the Broken Hardys. This was a fight that we've been waiting for, that we've been clamoring for. WrestleMania weekend in Orlando, Florida, this is going down. Anthony Florio, I need to get your thoughts because I know you're probably itching to jump in on this. Yeah. The Bucks versus the team who's designated by the 7 deities to be declared as the greatest tag team in all of time and all of space.
Yes.
Give me your thoughts on this epic encounter that is about to happen in Orlando on WrestleMania weekend.
Well, Brother MF, I got to tell you, the 7 deities are telling me that this is going to be the most epic tag team championship match in all of time and space. Yes. That's all I can say on that. I mean, I'm the one who broke it anyway. I mean, I posted it on Facebook. I shared it with you, and I put in the caption, yes. Because this is going to be a 5-star classic. This is going to be chock full of Shakespearean drama at its absolute finest. You may not remember the Young Bucks, but for those of you who may not, Generation Me in TNA, I mean, this is the dream match. I mean, it's when was the last time we got really excited about a tag team match, a tag team championship match? We're getting it right here and now. I mean, you thought the match that the Broken Hardys had with the Wolves on Impact Wrestling some time ago was great. This is going to make that look like an absolute dud. That's all I'm going to say on that. So that's what, and I got a premonition, MF. I got a premonition, Brother MF. And the premonition is telling me that I got this feeling about the Hardys, man. I mean, I know it's Ring of Honor and all, but I got to say the Hardys, man. I mean, the Hardys are the best thing going in tag team wrestling today. God, I hope they get to come back to WWE. I really hope they come back to the WWE someday. And if they do, holy crap. And if you bring them back the way they are with a broken gimmick, and you bring back broken Matt Hardy and Brother Nero as they are now, you bring those characters to the WWE, IWC is going to flip their lids. That's all I can say on that. And like I said, my premonition tells me the Hardys will win. I got a lot of respect for the Young Bucks, Generation Me, whatever you want to call them, but I'm sorry, but your tag team championship reign is going to be deleted at the hands of the greatest tag team in all of time and space. Yes. All yours, Brother MF.
I guess if I'm gonna be the Jeff Hardy of the group, I guess it's gonna be I'll fade away and class myself as I am obsolete.
Obsolete.
Okay, so that is one part. Get ready for that, folks. That's gonna be an epic show nonetheless. And actually, I got one more bit of news for you guys before we say goodnight. For the first time in a matter of months, RWA news. Yes, the RWA is throwing another event. It's called the Night of Appreciation, and it's going down this Saturday night, guys. Saturday night, January 28th, live from the XWA Event Center in West Warwick, Rhode Island. It is RWA's Night of Appreciation as we show love and appreciate Christopher Dozier. Christopher Dozier is hanging him up from the wrestling ring. He is going to retire, is the rumor that I am hearing. And yes, it's going to be an unbelievable event nonetheless. And I have matches for you as well. First off, the Christopher Dozier Tag Team Grand Prix Tournament is going down, and the winner of this Grand Prix will receive an RWA Tag Team Championship match anytime, any place, anywhere as they wish. Some teams that will be a part of this match is going to be the Main Street Posse, the Phoenix Legacy, the Dynasty, and there's going to be a whole bunch more teams. Log on to rwawrestling.net right now for all the information on that. Then we also have a triple threat match in this, and actually they just announced this as well. This is a three-way tournament for the vacated RWA Hype Championship. The Hype title became vacant not too long ago. The former champion was JT Dunn, the Juice JT Dunn. He has surrendered the belt. I don't know what happened. Unfortunately, RWA is being very tight-lipped with me. They only told me, Mike, this is what you need to know. There's a three-way tournament going down. So this is what we're going to do. There's going to be 3 separate triple threat matches. And basically, the winner of each match will move on to a triple threat match at the end of the evening, and the winner of that match will be declared the new RWA Hype Champion. The matches. Match number 1, Chris Cruz versus Just Alex versus former Hype Champion himself, Nick Marchand. Match 2, Judge Chambers versus Izzy Starr versus a man who's making his return to the RWA, Frank the Crank. It's time to crank it up. The third and final fight, it's the beautiful Asana Kellen Thomas and Tim Thor Davidson. And the winners of those 3 fights will match up, and they will fight at the end of the evening, and we'll have ourselves a new hype champion. And finally, the Middlesex Express will go one-on-one with the heavy hitters, tag team attraction, non-title match. The belt is not on the line. Just to give you a heads up for all you great fans out there, tickets are still available. If you get VIP seating, they're $15. You gain early entry into the arena. You get front row seats, and you get an event poster of the Night of Appreciation that will be signed by RWA talent. Admission is $10 to get in, and then children 12 years and under, $5 to get in. Please get there. The show starts at 7 o'clock. Doors opens at 6:30. You do not want to miss this event. This is going to be one hell of a night, a huge event, and it will be a night to remember. The Night of Appreciation, Saturday night, January 28th, XWA Event Center in West Warwick, Rhode Island. For more information, for ticket information, and everything RWA, please log on to rwawrestling.net right now. All right. So with that said, we're done for tonight. Thank you so much. As always, on Friday night, very special edition of Strictly Sports because it's a wrestling form edition. That's right. We're bringing the wrestling form to Friday night, and we are previewing NXT San Antonio and the 2017 Royal Rumble event. That's going to be on the Tone 25 Sunday night after the Rumble is all said and done. Come right back here on Braves Fan 95. We're going to have the X's, the O's. We're going to break everything down as we will be jumping and launching into the road to WrestleMania. And then Monday night, as always, Anthony Florio hosts this Ridiculously Raw. He's going to have 205 Live. He's going to have some new TNA stuff. And then come right back here 1 week from tonight. Again, another edition of the Cerebral Smack Talk. At that point, we're going to be firmly on the road to WrestleMania. Smackdown Live. We're going to have some more stuff on. We're going to have some more stuff on Ring of Honor. If there's any results I got from the RWA show, I'll hit you with that. And I'll also set up, because that week there's going to be a major event in New Japan Pro Wrestling, and I will run that card down for you. That will be for next week. Until then, for Anthony Florio, for Michael Bullock, I'm Mike Fletcher, and Dee Woodson, as always, you know the routine, 100 pounds. We are out. Have a good night, everybody, and so long for now. Bye-bye.